Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay of Genshin Impact. So a new banner and a new character has been released. Kuki Shinobu is finally live and you can pull her from the current banner. And as always guys, I'm gonna do this video trying to take a look at her overall talents, game style, skill, burst, how she works, and how well she can do in different team comps. We're gonna take a very quick look as well at the Constellations. And yeah, so Shinobu is gonna be an Electro 4-star sword user. Now the fact that she's a 4-star means that the chance of getting her from the banner are far higher, and you can even aim to get some constellations. So definitely, I would recommend you to at least try to pull for her just to unlock her, right? So you're gonna have a new character added, and in any case, maybe in the future, you're gonna need a character like her, you're gonna have her already available. So that's my recommendation. Now in this trial version, she is equipped with the Fabonius sword, a very common sword, a 4-star weapon. She has also the 4-piece set of tenacity, and these are her talents. Now very quickly, normal attack, she's gonna have a 4-hit combo. Charge attack and plunge attack are always gonna do physical damage, and that's how it looks like. So first attack, second, third, very cool, and fourth. And this is from the side. 2, 3, and 4. All right. And yeah, the charge attack just looks like this. So a very, very common, pattern. Now moving on to the skill. The skill is called a Sanctifying Ring, and when you activate it, it's gonna create this ring of Electro, doing Electro damage to nearby opponents, but it's gonna cost part of her HP. In this case, the cost is always gonna be 30% of the current HP, so very similar to Hu Tao, I think. And now this ring, though, is gonna follow the active character, so that means that you can switch party members and you can still have this Electro ring, following. And it's gonna deal electro damage to nearby opponents every 1.5 seconds. It's gonna restore HP for the active character as well. And the amount of HP restored is gonna be based on Shinobu's max HP. The only drawback is that you cannot use this skill if Shinobu is lower than 20% HP. So if she's very low in HP, you will not be able to use this skill. And now the skill looks like this. So when you use it, right, you do damage at the beginning, and that's the ring. You can see that it's healing. You can see that she lost 30% HP, when you activate it, and you see that's the actual ring of electro damage when the skill is gonna do damage. This skill is gonna last a lot. It's gonna last 12 seconds, and the cooldown is 15 seconds, so you can have it almost permanently up. And in this case, you can see the actual percentages and the actual damage from the skill when you activate it, then the healings, so the max HP healing, and then the actual damage with the ring itself. And as I said before, the cool thing about this is that even if you switch characters, it's gonna still heal, and it's gonna still follow it, and it's gonna still apply damage. It's gonna apply electro, every 1.5 seconds. So it's very nice for that reason. You can already think about all the different elemental reactions you can proc, right? Overload, or electrocharge, or superconduct. So it's just and even a swirl. So it's very nice, to create a lot of elemental reactions. And the fact that it's gonna do damage and also restore HP is a bonus. So already from the skill, I would say that it's super, super good. And now moving on to the burst. In this case, she's gonna when you are gonna activate it, it's gonna do damage, and she's gonna create this field that is gonna do continuous electro damage. So it's gonna do damage very quickly, like in a very quick succession. And the AoE, so the area, is very small. So this field, unfortunately, is pretty small. But again, this electro damage in this case is based on her HP. So again, we have both the skill and the burst that do damage, or that are gonna heal in this case for the skill based on her HP. So definitely going for HP on her looks pretty good. And additional fact is that if she has less than 50% HP, when you use the burst, the field is gonna last a little bit longer. Now I say a bit longer because you can see here that the duration is super short, like 2 seconds, or in this case 3.5 seconds, which is lower than 50% HP. And you can see the damage at the beginning and then the continuous damage, so the total damage you do over the duration. So over 2 seconds for the enemies inside this very small field, you're gonna do a total of 40.4% maximum HP. Remember, this damage is based on her HP. And in case you have less than 50% HP, so the field is gonna last a bit longer, you can see that the damage dealt is also a little bit higher. The cooldown for the burst is going to be 15 seconds, and the energy cost is only 60. So because of the fact that you can already generate a lot of particles with the skill, and the burst doesn't really cost that much and also has a pretty long cooldown, I'm pretty sure that you're not going to even need that much energy recharge on her because of that. So I would say that around probably 20 or 25% energy recharge should be enough. So that's of course means that you can focus with the artifacts on other stats like HP, percentage HP, or even like crit rate, crit damage, yeah, so that's of course nice. And then 3 passive talents. The first one, you're gonna lock it as Ascension 2. When Shinobu is higher than 50%, when Shinobu HP is lower than 50%, her healing bonus is increased by 15%. So she heals more with the skill, because it's the only ability that's gonna heal. And the second passive talent you unlock at Ascension 4. In this case, the when you use the skill is gonna do additional effects based on her elemental mastery. So you can see that the healing amount is gonna be increased by up to the 75% of elemental mastery. So imagine you have 100 elemental mastery, right? You have 75% more healing from her skill, so that's a lot. And also the damage dealt by the skill is going to be increased in this case by only 25% of elemental mastery. So even having, you know, a little bit more elemental mastery makes her skill to heal more and to do more damage. So that's also nice. You know, if you could build with the artifacts, going for a little bit more elemental mastery is always nice. And remember that as well, elemental mastery increases the damage from the reactions. So being already able to apply so much electro with her skill, you can already, you know, going for some more elemental mastery, it's always nice because you can increase the damage from overload, superconduct, electrocharge, or swirl. And so it's just more damage that you can do. So of course that's nice. And lastly, the last passive talent, when she's dispatched on Inazuma expedition for 20 hours, she gains 25% more rewards. And that's it. So that's Shinobu. I'm gonna now show you in an actual, you know, gameplay here on the trial version, and we're gonna take a look at her skill, you know, in action, at the burst, and so on. So you can see here, using the skill, the area in which it deals damage is not that large. So like if you get very far to the opponent, see that like I'm not affecting them. So they have to be pretty close. Just like that. See, all right. And if you use the ring and then you switch characters, you can still have the effect. You can still proc it. So you can still apply electro. And that's why I said before that it's very easy to apply elemental reactions with it. So for example, in this case, like either superconduct or overload. And yeah, you just keep on using it. And then here, taking a look at her burst, you know how it looks like. Now I'm gonna move here to this side because the burst, unfortunately, has a very small field. So like when you use it, you're gonna be very close to the opponents, right, that you're gonna damage. So I'm gonna use it right now. See? So see that the field, like area, is very small. The damage that you do is continuous damage, all right? And yeah, that's pretty much just it. So as I said before, I think she's gonna be super good for elemental reactions, for the healings that, you know, are always welcome and are always nice to have. And so yeah, that's just, you know, it. And you can see the elemental the burster being used, and that's it. So very, very interesting, you know, character. Being a sword user means that we have a lot of different options for the sword, and I think like probably the Lion Roar that increases attack and increases the damage from electro, you know, could be a weapon, or maybe you could try for something else. I don't know if there is a 4-star weapon that increases HP. Probably not. But yeah, you know, you can go for something like that increases Electro, or then somehow increases the heroic kit. And I think that as well, in terms of artifacts, like 4-piece tenacity might be the best, because again, every time you damage an opponent with the skill, you increase attack, especially by 20%. You also increase shield strength in case you might be going with characters that can shield, but it's especially the extra attack, right? So it's super, super nice. And now taking a very quick look at the constellations, because as I said before, being a 4-star means that you should be able to at least, you know, unlock her and get her pretty easily on the banner, and so you can unlock some additional constellations. So C1 is going to increase the area of her burst by 50%, and I think this is pretty much needed, because you could see there before that the burst is very small. So making it larger means that you can have more opponents being damaged by it, so of course it's nice. C2, in my opinion, like, is the best one until we get to the C4. C2 is going to increase the duration of the skill by 3 seconds. So it's going to make it pretty much last the same amount of time as the cooldown. So you can have pretty much have it always. You can always have it up. So it's just super nice for that reason. And I'm pretty sure you, because of this extra 3 seconds, you can apply one more time, one extra electro stack. Actually, sorry, 2 more electro stacks, because the damage here is applied every 1.5 seconds. So extra 3 seconds means 2 additional electro damage approx, and therefore more reactions, you know, so it's always nice for that reason. C3, increasing the level of the skill. C4, when you use the skill, right, you have the skill active, and then the active character is gonna do a normal charge or plunge attack. Is gonna apply this Thundergrass mark on the opponent and the opponent position, so this mark is gonna be applied on the ground, all right, and then it's gonna do AoE electro damage based on her HP. Unfortunately here, because I don't have a C4, I don't know how large this mark is, so like the area in which it's gonna affect the enemies. But you know, definitely having some more damage based on her HP is nice, because it's gonna be percentage. So yeah, just, and it can proc every 5 seconds, so it's just nice for that reason. C5, increasing the level of the burst, and finally C6 is gonna have one effect that is very similar to Hu Tao. So when she takes level damage, she's not gonna die, and this triggers automatically when her HP reaches 1, and it can proc once every 60 seconds. And the second effect is that every time her HP drops below 25%, she's gonna gain 150% elemental mastery for 15 seconds. And again, it can proc only once every 60 seconds. So now in this case, the level damage, it would be nice if it would cleanse all the debuffs. So like every time you take level damage and this constellation procs, right, that it cleanses every debuff. Because unfortunately what happens is like damage from electro charge, from like frozen, from even burning, right? The tick that is gonna do the lethal damage is not gonna kill you, but then the damage that comes right after it is gonna kill you. So it's gonna be useless to have it, like unless you have a healing proc right between these two parts, or you can somehow, you know, remove the debuff or with other methods, but unfortunately it's gonna still take you down. So this is very bad for debuffs or from damage over time effects, because yes, one tick is not gonna kill you, but the next one is gonna kill you. So yeah, that's just the only, you know, downside, that like it doesn't clear any debuffs on the character. But the second one is pretty interesting, you know, some more additional, some more elemental mastery. In this case, it's gonna be good, as I said before, for more reactions damage. But also is good for the second passive talent, because it's going to increase the healing and the damage from the skill. So yeah, just know that. I have to be honest, like her C6 is not so great. I would say that like her C2 and C4 look much better than this one. But yeah, that's just her constellations. And yeah, you can see that overall, you know, Shinobu is gonna, like I would say that we can consider as a support DPS and healer at the same time. And she applies a lot of Electro, so very easy to proc elemental reactions, plus the additional healings that are nice. And because of the fact that you're gonna build like especially HP, right? She can become also pretty tanky. So yeah, I would say that she's a pretty interesting character, and being a 4-star means that definitely it's easier to pull her, to at least unlock her. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna move to the wishes, and I'm gonna try to pull for some wishes here. Unfortunately, we also have Goro and Chongyun with in the future banner, so it's not like guaranteed you're gonna get Shinobu. You might get other 4-star or even off banners, but yeah, hopefully I'm gonna be lucky. And I haven't done a lot of wishes here in a lot of time. You can see here that the last 5-star I got it like in 7 wishes ago. So so yeah, let's see how it goes. I'm gonna just do 1 wish each time, because as soon as I'm gonna unlock her, I think I'm gonna stop pulling, because I'm trying to save my Primogens for Kazuha. So I'm gonna just go here one each time, and hopefully I will be able to unlock her here quickly. Unfortunately, here I got an off banner. I got the sacrificial bow. So that means that the next 4-star I'm gonna get is gonna be guaranteed in the future. So one of the future characters. So hopefully it's gonna be Shinobu. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not even waiting here to see the light. I'm just skipping here. But yeah, let's try to wait here to see if it turns, purple. Nope. Yeah, I should be close here to the PT of 10. So I should be getting a 4-star pretty soon. And yeah, here we go. So let's see if it's gonna be Shinobu. And yes, Shinobu, here we go. Just unlock her. I don't know if I'm gonna pull for more of her, for more constellations. Because in the teams, that I have, even if she's, pretty good to apply reactions, but I already have some pretty well-established teams. So, and as I said before, I'm trying to save for Kazuha. So I don't know if I'm gonna pull for more constellations, but definitely, I just wanted to unlock her. So at least I'm gonna have her, and I can always use her, in the future on my team. So yeah, that's it. So that was the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and see ya. Bye bye.